When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Warning, this podcast contains explicit language and spoilers. This is Behind the Iron Throne, your unofficial Game of Thrones cast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, no children, because this is explicit as holy hell. Oh my God, this is an amazing episode. This is 156. We're recording this June 16th, 2017. We're going to be this is our very quick episode where we're going to go over the season premiere of Season 7 Game of Thrones episode Dragonstone. I'm very excited. I got a great panel for you tonight. As always, you know them, you love them. My wonderful team. We're going to go real quick through the intros because we want to get through this episode pretty quickly because it's pretty late for us here in the studio. First, we have the lovely and talented and amazing Andrea. Andrea, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Also, we have Jonathan Stoma, Stark Lover Ductarian of the Pain in the Ass Tribe.
What's up, everyone?
We have the amazing fourth head of the Bionic Targaryen Dragon. Trin, how are you?
I'm super excited. Yay, Dragonstone. Woo!
And of course, the one, the only, the man who needs no introduction. He's a Gatling steel gun on his arm and flies in a Millennium Falcon. He is the one, the only, the militant marker Yardley. What's up, my friend?
Hey, present. Let's get after it.
And I'm your host, Chris Gray. I don't know if I introduced myself. I always forget to, but let's get this show started. Holy moly, the anticipation. We got into there. The first thing I noticed was... Well, I want to, Trin, you said you were ready to go. You had something. I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, I have notes upon notes upon notes. So let's start with the credits. First of all, why was there a Baratheon stag sigil on the opening credits in King's Landing? Because I know that Andrea and I had talked to some people, or we would make comments. Maybe it was just me. Somebody made comments on one of the Facebook pages that we belong to, and they had shown somebody took a cell phone video of the premiere in LA, and it showed the similar one, but I don't think it was the same one because it showed the Dothraki Sea. But I don't know if anybody else noticed there was a stag head in King's Landing as a sigil.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. But you know what I did notice was Old Town in the opening.
Oh,
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yes.
I was looking for Castle Rock, but still, it was still nice to
Not
have
in
Old
this
Town.
episode.
Not yet.
But they did show a lot of Old Town. We'll get to Old Town.
Yardley, were you excited about this episode when you started watching it? Were you when the first scene, did it really get you jazzed up and ready for action?
You know what? I'll have to say yes, but part of me did kind of feel like them leading off with Arya seemed kind of weird, a weird placement for it. But then I actually saw Dan and Dave talking about it in the after show, saying they weren't going to initially do it. It was the performance that drove their decision. But I thought that it worked, man. They actually touched on a lot of the characters, pretty much everybody that I think that we care about. And I thought it was pretty solid the way that they did it. The pacing was right on point.
Yeah, it was fantastic. There was a couple of scenes throughout this entire episode where I thought about the Thronies and, of course, Andrea going, oh, my God, I could see you jumping in your chair for certain things. And one of the things I could have sworn, and, of course, Jonathan Stoma, Stark Lover, Ductarian, was when we saw Water Frey, I knew immediately that it was not a flashback, that it was Arya. Andrea, how excited were you for this scene?
She is such a savage. I mean, literally, she is the true savage. I knew the minute it opened on him that was her, and just sitting her watch, and then she was like, not you. You tell everyone that you encounter, the North remembers. And I was just like, this bitch, I love her so much. Like, how ironic is it that they left them alive, and she was like, your line is ending right here, right now. Fuck you.
I could definitely understand where you're at, John. A lot of people... I was expecting a little bit more as well, but after I calmed down and thought, well, this is the beginning of an amazing season. And I thought they started out hard. And Yardley was saying pre-show that it's going to put a lot of theories to rest. Thank God, because there's already enough theories as it is. John, how excited were you for the opening of the season? I know that you're the big Stark lover, and Arya is an amazing character, and not killing Walder Frey's wife was pretty good.
I have to say, Arya's a badass, and I couldn't be prouder to call my niece Arya Simone Harris. And I texted my sister, I'm like, your daughter to me is gonna have like the proudest name ever. Oh my God, Arya's a badass. I love it. I love it. The whole time, like, oh, I asked the poison, and I'm like, oh my God, you leave one wolf alive, and they'll kill the herd. I'm like, yes.
Andrea, go ahead.
I just want to ask, what do we call this? Is this like the reverse red wedding? Somebody asked this in chat. What are we going to call this? This is fucking epic.
It's called Winter Came for the Phrase.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I like that. I can dig it.
all over their faces.
Yeah, no, that's Buford, I think, just said that.
Nice.
Winter came for the phrase.
Give that man a gold star.
Right.
Another thing that really struck to me was, and this goes back to what we were talking about just a minute ago with some of the theories, Yardley. Bran shows up at the wall with Mara Reed, and she's dragging his crippled ass. And I'm thinking, here we go. He's going to cross the threshold. The wall's coming down. It's going to happen. Oh, my God. Ah.
Right. But before that, so we transition from Arya and House Frey and her just massacring the entire house and pulling root and stem out to the White Walkers, and their introduction into it was like this cloud, and you see a rider. You see this rider coming, and you know what's going to happen. You know it's coming.
The scene, the vision before. Oh, my God, you deflated my intro.
And
Zombie
it's
giants.
like, yeah. Oh, right, I know. How heartbroken.
So sad.
I know. I was so heartbroken about
There's
that.
a lot
I was
of
like,
them.
no, I know.
Oh,
At first, I was like, 1-1. And my husband's like, 1-1 didn't die on that side of the wall. And I was like, oh, no, there's a lot of them.
well, I mean, somebody else is going to be sorry, and it's going to be Daenerys, because one of those giants is probably going to put all types of foot in dragon ass at some point.
That is very true.
Maybe.
So
That's all amazing, and I was kind of sad to not see the wall come down, but glad at the same time, because maybe there is hope for the living now.
yeah, it's going to come down later in the season. We'll get to
John is organizing. He's organizing defenses. I love
Hey,
that.
so are people more still along the lines of the wall needing to come down? Because I thought in this episode they pretty much simply said that the White Walkers were just coming the way where the wall met the sea. What would be the point of them having to bring the wall down?
No, that's a good one. That's a good one for Wednesday, actually. I think that's a really good thing that we can unpack on Wednesday. So everybody who's fans and stuff and you want to rewatch and you go back to that, Yardley, you're talking about the Thoros of Myr Sander conversation, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you guys go back and watch that. We'll unpack that on Wednesday for sure. We're just trying to
what you're
skip
putting
through the
down, though,
highlights. Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, though.
I am too. I'm on that same.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah, but I do think that it was a crash that he was seeing, not necessarily an opening.
Well, okay. It's definitely something for us to unpack.
Was the giant
Wednesday.
Wan because it was missing the eye? Somebody in chat.
No,
John
it
was just
wasn't.
asking.
I don't think it
Can't
was
be.
1-1 because
Wrong side
we
of the wall.
do know that he was on this side of the wall, and they haven't crossed the wall yet. They're still because Mira and Bran said that they were they're right behind us.
Well, it was
You gotta
Bran's
let us
vision.
through. Yeah.
It was Bran's vision, so it's what's to come.
Hope they burned his body.
So the next scene was in Winterfell, and you've got John talking about everybody needs to fight. Women need to fight. Everybody's got to fight.
Yes.
And then Lyanna has to get up like a boss.
Yeah, she is such a
And
strong
talk.
character.
Oh my God. What a boss she was. She was like, I'll fight. I'm a little girl and I'll fight.
I'm
Well,
interested
John-
to hear Yardley's opinion on this, honestly.
No, I mean, I thought it was cool. I like Little Miss Sassafras. But
I
you know
know.
what? It's starting to kind of worry me because when she said that she's going to pick up a sword too, she might not be long for this world at some point.
I was thinking the same thing. But you know what I thought?
Because everybody loves her so much, I could totally see her getting snuffed.
Yeah, that's true.
Doing something heroic.
That's true.
Yeah.
I just feel like no matter what at this point, if people don't learn how to fight, then they're all fucked. So why not
I think it's important to note that John is making sure that everybody realizes that the main fight, the real problem, is coming from the north.
Yes.
He's very serious about that. And I also liked Sansa kind of calling him out right there when he was talking about who was going to keep the Umbers and whatnot. And I thought, as somebody that leads other people, that happens often where people like call you out right in the middle of something, and it's like, oh my God, can't you just wait till I'm done? Or write me a note, pass me a note, or send me a text message. Like, don't undermine the King of the North, who just became the King of the North. She made good points, but I think that in the end, he made the right decisions.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Agreed.
And I like seeing the Karstark and the
two little kids.
Yeah, the two little kids. How they bent the knee, like.
Yeah.
I think the girl was like smiling, like she knew, like it was awesome.
So
like
he was. If you want to go in, Trin, go for it.
Oh, I was going to say, did anybody else notice Sansa was playing Littlefinger in that entire scene? Like, I think she was definitely arguing with Jon at first, but she totally saw Jon's point of view and his honor and all that in trying to bring the Umbers and the Karstarks back into the fold and everything like that. And that's a move that Littlefinger never would have made. It was an honor move that is very stark. It's very stark. And I think that she did that to kind of play into Littlefinger, but she's playing the long game in this.
Yeah, she's setting. Sorry.
Yes, she's setting. Yes, I agree with you. What you're about to say. She's setting Littlefinger up.
Because even that scene where she's talking to Thing outside and he goes, "You're not happy." I think she's setting him up for like she's gonna be like, "I'm not happy," and then she'll be like, "I kind of want the throne," and then he's gonna do something, and boom, she's gonna catch him, be like, "You played right," and then boom, he gets executed. Yeah. I think that's what she's setting it perfectly up. Like, I love Sansa. This episode, Sansa's amazing. I love the conversation.
Oh, she's definitely seasoned down.
Oh. Well, Littlefinger told her what he wanted. So, I mean, there's really no surprises from Sansa. Yeah, so, you know, I don't...
He broke his own rule.
Some of this is getting read into a little bit too much. He pretty much put everything out there last season. So, I don't...
Yeah.
But you still can never trust him, and so she's playing the long game, and she's playing him... She's keeping him near and dear without giving him anything, I think.
Yeah, and she even admitted it to Brienne. She said, we need his army. We need his men. But he made a big mistake, and I don't want to get too much into that because I know this is a short episode, but he said, don't ever tell people what you want so they can't expect where you're going to go. And he broke his rule with Sansa.
Sorry, Fish.
Good.
Because I can't see you, so I can't quit. Notice how she said we need his army. She never said we needed him. She never once, when she was talking to Brienne there, she just said we need his army. I mean, I think she's going to snuff him out, execute him, and then have the Vale more under control because I'm like, you don't need him. You have the Royce there. He's essentially the commander. Peter Baelish is just there. You execute him, and then she'll have control. She'll have a better control of the Vale.
If she executes Peter Baelish, she's going to have more on her side when you get to the point of executing Peter Baelish with the position that he has with the Vale. You can't just execute him and think that, you know, everybody's going to fall in line. You're going to have proof that this guy was trying to run game, and that way it'll make it easier for people to get on board. So if she just killed him outright, I do not think that things would go the way that she would necessarily want it.
Well, if she wanted to kill him outright, she'd have Brienne just slay him whenever, saying, he made a move on me. She's got a bigger plan in mind. But
I think she has she'll have the Lords of the Vale. I don't think the Lords of the Vale like Peter. I mean, we certainly know that Royce doesn't really trust him, so I think she has. And Royce is talking like he's talking like he's talking for the Vale. Peter's just in the background, so I think Royce is the commander of the Vale army. So I think will side with Sansa Stark over Peter Baelish.
Okay, that's good. We can break that more on Wednesday. What about
the next scene is Cersei?
Yeah, but did we finish the talk between Jon Snow talking with Sansa when they were on the battlements, and he was asking her, not to argue with him in front of the other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of touched on it. I will say this: there was another point that was sort of made when they were out there, and Sansa, like Jon, were talking about people who have influenced them and a lot of these characters like John and Sansa, no matter how distraught or horrifying an event may be, all of these characters take on attributes of other people that they've met before. There were certain things that John was doing, like he made a measured decision about letting the people keep their houses and their titles. That was very Stannis-like. He took the emotion out of it and he thought about the long game. You have Sansa talking about the things that she learned from Cersei. That could be that could technically, some of those things might actually come back to bite her, like they've come back to bite Cersei. So I think a lot of those, a lot of things that I saw in that scene were how over the course of their journeys, they're picking up things from a lot of different influences.
Like Trent mentioned, the next scene is with the Cersei and the map floor, which I thought was really cool. I didn't think we were going to see the map floor so soon. But that was a very interesting exchange between Cersei and Jaime. Go ahead, Andrea.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I thought you were going to say something. I didn't see your hand up earlier.
It's fine. Go ahead.
So with their conversation that they had, I felt like Jaime's trying to tell her, look, we're in real trouble here. Despite your fucking nuts and that you're under some kind of weird delusion, we are in trouble. And Cersei's like, shit, I got a fleet showing up, an armada of ships with one of the most lunatic son of a bitches in all of Westeros about to show up with his bug eyes and his craziness. And of course, Euron Greyjoy. This is the scene that we argued about when we were talking about that the trailer, John, where you thought it was Dany's ships. They ended up being Euron's, like we thought. And boom, Euron, right there. Excellent scene. These two scenes I thought were really good.
Yes.
Yeah. I like Euron's outfit, by the way. It didn't look too Greyjoy-ish. She looked different. It looked actually nice. Most Greyjoys look ugly. Actually look nice. Yeah, like I love how I especially like that Cersei didn't trust him right off the bat. Like, I reject your proposal because I don't trust you. And notice how he said, I'm going to come back with a precious gift. I wonder what that is.
Oh, he's talking about Tyrion.
Yes. Tyrion.
No, I think it's going to be something else, yeah.
You think it's going to be a dragon horn?
I think it's going to be something she wants.
Yeah, she wants Tyrion. She wants his head.
No, I think that
what does
she's
Cersei want? You think about it. All the things that she wants, mostly power and revenge.
Retribution for something.
Yes,
and
revenge.
She's gonna get
and there's a lot of people alive who still.
He's going to give her something that she couldn't get on her own, and it's going to have to do with people she wants revenge on.
Yes.
All right, Yardley, what did you think about these different scenes, and what do you think is going on with Cersei here? Are you happy? Are you and I the only people that actually enjoy Cersei?
I loved every bit of that.
I definitely love Cersei even more. Well, it shows that she does have a level head. I mean, even though, Jaime was actually making valid points about, them being flanked and not necessarily having the support that they needed, it goes to show that Cersei all this time was on top of things. She'd already gotten in contact with the Greyjoy fleet. And I think some of the best singers that I've ever heard on Game of Thrones actually came out of this scene. So I was very pleased. And, Euron is, kind of climbing the ranks of possibly being one of my favorite characters. So I thought that it worked. And there's a lot of stuff I can talk about, but I'll just wait till Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
That singer, by the way, is Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, Shearing.
Sorry.
Ed Sheeran. Just, yep. Okay. John,
okay.
Don't try names.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Lord Ductarian.
No, I loved him.
What were some of your, these were some amazing, I think I wrote down.
Look,
so Euron's his whole proposal to her was like a big F you to Jaime.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful.
We are reading the comments. We are noticing them, but we don't have time to read them all. We are going to pick through some of them towards the end of the show to get you guys involved in the actual part of the conversation. But right now, we're just trying to keep it rolling. Somebody mentioned about the hand comment where...
that's what I was going to say,
yeah, the two hands.
Yeah, he was like, and I have two hands. Like, he was such a dick to fucking Jaime. And it was like, Jaime was giving it to him and he was giving it back. And I was like, who's going to kill one or the other? Like, oh my God. It was, I mean, I don't know who would win between a fight. I almost think that he would whip Jaime's ass, to be quite honest with you. I don't know, dude. He's fucking badass and he's cocky as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
You don't get to be that way if you don't know how to defend yourself. And we saw that one picture, that still picture of him with his big axe on the flaming background. I bet he's a son of a bitch. Yeah, he would definitely take Jaime down.
He's a badass for going to a throne room by himself full of Lannister soldiers. I mean, he was there by himself. He had no other guards. It's him. He's a badass. No sword either. I didn't even see a sword there. He is a badass. Just walking in there. Sorry.
No. What a lonely throne room that was, though. Did you see how empty it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she killed all the High Lords.
No. The takeaway, of that whole scene, in my opinion, was the mountain who looks like Samurai Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
What about the line from Jaime? You don't have 7 kingdoms. You have 3 at best. I'm like, what?
Right.
That was awesome. Like, you really don't have the kingdoms. I love it. You have 3 at best. I'm like, that's awesome.
Mic drops.
Yeah, no, I think the mic dropped right here when Jaime hears the words, "Ever since I was a little boy, all I ever wanted was to marry the most beautiful girl in the world. And here I am with an entire fleet of ships and 2 good hands."
Yeah, and like Alex pointed out,
Mic drop,
his ship is amazing looking.
Yeah.
The detail on the
They do
flagship
have the red
was
eye
awesome.
on there too.
I think the best quote from that exchange was when they were just running down all the reasons why they shouldn't fuck with him. And Cersei says something along the lines of, "You killed your brother." And then Euron says, "You should try it sometimes." Put an asterisk by that, because that might be foreshadowing as well.
I think he was talking to her about Tyrion, though. I think he was definitely directing it. But yeah, there was foreshadowings, possibly. No?
No, I think he was talking about Jaime.
Me too. I
He
agree.
doesn't. What does he know? What does he? I mean, he doesn't really know. Well, I don't know what Euron knows, but more along the lines of, I think that all of the zingers and all of the things were pretty much directed only for people in that room. We don't really know what he knows about Tyrion and all of that. So I think he was totally talking about Jaime.
He knows his niece and nephew went to Daenerys and that Tyrion is there too. So I think he knows that whole dynamic is going on. So yeah, I thought that was directed towards that to that situation.
I mean, Cersei certainly knows
that Tyrion is hand of the king now. So
yeah,
sorry.
Cersei made that very clear to Jaime. Your brother, the one you love so much, the one who killed our father, the one who killed our son.
Yeah.
And notice he didn't deny it.
Yes, but here's the thing, though.
Loving him.
But here's the thing, though. He was clearly trying to propose marriage to Cersei, and anybody in their fucking right mind knows that Cersei loves fucking Jaime. So that's really where I got the idea that he was saying, like, kill your brother and me and you can get married. You know what I mean? Like, I killed mine. It felt good.
Drink.
Like, get rid of him.
Alex says Gendry.
You know what? I think I saw Gendry at a later point or earlier point. Let me see if I can find him. I'll drink first.
Okay. I thought that there was actually going to be a wedding in this episode when they were on the battlements, Jaime and Cersei, and then you see the fleet. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna have a wedding! Holy crap! And then I was kind of disappointed. That would have been good though. All right, Citadel. We got to see Sam cleaning a lot of chamber pots. This poor man, and it was like a montage musical of cleaning chamber pots, scrubbing, cleaning, putting books away, and puking. Song? Yeah, it was great.
Oh my god,
it was like a poop song going on.
They worked his ass off, man.
Yeah.
Well, who the hell would have thought that maesters put their rookies through mini camp hazing? You know what I mean? Sam got a raw deal, yo.
Oh my god, that was disgustingly raw. I got to say though, as much as I joke around about poop, anyone who knows me personally knows that the poop song was funny. I'm going to have to take that and make something out of it now.
I wanted to throw up for those 30 seconds.
Me too.
Of that whole entire. It felt like a minute and a half. It was terrible.
It's a pretty long poop song. Yeah.
It was like literally the worst 30 seconds of my life. I don't know how I'm going to sit through that 39 more times, and I'm going to, and that's the sad thing, because I need to understand this episode from start to finish. But that was the worst 30 seconds of my entire life, and I feel so bad for Sam, but I knew he was going to be a savage and steal the books. I knew it. I was like, this is a Harry Potter moment. You have Professor Slughorn right here.
That was cool.
Perfect.
Minus all the
Notice
organs.
the book he's reading?
Uh-huh.
The Tales of the Long Night? and he looks at Dragonstone and sees a dragon glass. Oh man, it's awesome.
Yeah, very
What?
important.
Did anybody else notice that I think when Gilly was flipping, it looked like it had the history of that dagger that Peter Baelish had that was used in the assassination attempt on Bran. So I'm going to have to like freeze frame that and read a little history on that.
Yeah, because I wonder if that means it's more important. That, I mean, how cool would that be if that's like the first major weapon we see, that other than ice, used again later at the end to save some important character's life? Look at all those chamber pots. Oh, that's disgusting. Real quick, I want to mention that if you're listening to the podcast and you want to check out what we're doing live, we're actually showing images from this episode, thanks to Trim. And you can join us. You can actually check this out, video on demand, at facebook.com/Behind the Iron Throne. And it will also be on our YouTube channel. I'll try to get it up tonight, if not tomorrow, at BehindTheIronThrone.tv. That's right. We have Facebook and we have YouTube as well. And, of course, don't forget to join our Behind the Iron Thrones Theories and Speculations Facebook group. I can't stress this enough. It is a lot of fun. Everybody in the community is a lot of fun. We all talk to each other. We laugh. We joke. And mostly pick fun at John. It's a whole ball of goodness. All right, let's talk about what do you guys want to go? Where do you want to go next?
I like Arya with the soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think
TV or not TV? That is the question.
I think she wanted to kill them, and then she realized, listen, these guys they're not
We're
bad.
not there yet. We still had 2 scenes before that. I wrote down all the scenes. I'm sorry.
Okay, then
it's okay. Just let's go with it because we don't really have a lot of time. We can just go with it.
She was eyeing the weapons, and she's like, I'm gonna kill these motherfuckers. And then she's like, wait a second, this guy's like offering her food. It's like this guy's like misses his home. Like all these guys have like they're normal, nice people. And then she didn't then kill them. And I love how they all laugh when she's like, I'm gonna kill the queen.
Who's ever that honest though? That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you know what? Something that I actually love about this series, and something that I'm always going to stick to, and I know Chris is with me. Now, one of the things about being a faceless man is you want to play to your strengths and you want to do things stealthily. I would not take Arya in a fight against all of those soldiers straight up. I mean, let's just be real here. She was very smart and measured with what she did. Yes. And I also thought, to be honest with you, she's a smart young lady who just poisoned a bunch of people. I don't care how nice people are. I'm not just guzzling down on wine or anything that people pass me. You know what I mean? She would have been better suited. I know it suits the story, but you got to kind of move along. So she kind of slipped on her lessons a little bit.
Yeah. When I saw this scene, the first thing I thought about was General Jonathan Stoma Starklover, understanding that not all Lannisters are bad. That
but
these
they're not
people,
Lannisters. They're Lannister soldiers. There's a difference.
They're a part of the Lannister house. They're soldiers, but they're people. First and foremost, they have kids. They have families. The guy wants to know about his kid that was born. Doesn't even know what the hell it is. So think about that the next time you want to kill all the Lannisters.
No, I want to kill the Lannisters. Doesn't even want to kill the soldiers. I just want to kill Jaime and Cersei.
You are a murderous prick. Moving on.
The first thing that I thought about was she's eating their food and drinking their drink, and she just came from killing Walter Frey for disobeying guest rights. Like she did the whole guest right revenge story on Walter Frey, and now she's taking this. So I was like, oh my God, please, Arya, do not kill these boys. Do not kill these boys because something bad will happen to you for violating the guest rights.
I think she probably ends up running back into one of them and maybe having to kill him later on down the line, and that'll be so sad.
That's different. That's different. As long as she's not in their care or in their, you know what I mean, under their roof, if you would.
Is she going to King's Landing or is she going north, though? That is the question. Like, she said she's going to King's Landing, but
I think
she's
going. I think she's going south.
I'm confused.
I think she's going south, but I want to back up a little bit here because a lot of people in the chat were talking about another really good scene that really I didn't have a lot of words, but it was like, wow, this is awesome. And I know Trin, and I know you guys will agree with me, was Brienne and Pod playing swordplay.
Oh my God!
Right?
Yeah.
So the Tormund Brienne love story continues after the Sam. I wrote down Sam Poop song and then Tormund and Brienne love story continues.
So cute.
They need to fuck this season before one of them dies. I'm sorry for my language. No, I'm not. This is unrated. Listen, they need to have sex. I need to see this.
No, man.
Yes, I need to see the bear mount.
They need to keep it the way that they have it now,
No.
just kind of short. No, I don't want Tormund and Brienne taking away time from their storylines, man. I don't want all that. We don't have time for that, man.
I want to see
Stop.
this, damn it.
Stop.
I want to see this. This needs to happen.
Why can't we just have it be alluded to, and then we move on?
No.
You know what I mean? Like they
Listen,
walk out of the
all I
bedchamber
have to
together.
all I have to say is, you're a lucky man.
Tormund's gonna die though, and she's probably gonna regret
gonna-
not kissing him or something.
I'm gonna die if that happens. And I love how he stood up and was like, "You want us to go to the wall? Fine, we'll go to the wall." Like he didn't care. Like they were like, I wasn't elected to be the the king of the free folk, you know. And he was like, "You want us to go to the wall? Fine, that's fine. That's where we'll go." You know what I mean? Like, you gotta love Tormund, man. He's the man, and he might die, and that fucking sucks for me. But he's given us one hell of a run. Fucking how many seasons?
Oh yeah,
Notice how
80% he's gonna die.
Notice how he agreed to something that Mance Rayder wouldn't agree to.
Wait, what?
Didn't Mance Rayder was offered to serve at the wall? Never mind. Never mind. Forget it.
Mance
Never
Rayder
mind.
was a brother of the Night's Watch, and
But
then
didn't he agree
he
to
ran
spare
off.
his life for his army to join? Oh, never mind. His army to join Stannis. Never mind.
No,
Sorry.
Stannis wanted him to bend a knee, but that's way different. John said, I'm not the king of the free folk. You guys do what you want." And
Yeah, basically.
John's also telling them to mine for dragonglass.
no,
Well, he's telling
Yeah,
them
he
they
told
need
all
to.
the lords to start mining for dragonglass to see what you can find.
No, he said that they need to find as much as they can. It's a little different. Like, he knows where the hunk of it is, but you can get dragon glass on Skagos and places like that. They need to start gathering it no matter what. I mean, they can't just get dragon glass out of any specific place that they want to. I mean, if that was the case, they could just start digging outside of Winterfell. You know what I mean?
They need to train. And I think John said that. We need to train everybody. That's important. You could have all the dragon glass in the world, but if you got a bunch of knuckleheads running around like they don't know how to use it, it's not going to work. They got to know how to use it
Agreed.
at some point.
Overall, it was just a really the episode was fantastic, but like just seeing like Jon come into his own, and then Sansa, you know, kind of playing her part, and then Tormund and Brienne and Pod, so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Where should we go now? Do you guys want to talk about the Hound?
Oh, absolutely.
I thought some of the
Don't
best stuff came out of
we
the
have
Hound.
to?
Of course, we have to.
Hey, you know what? Something that I did take out of this, the whole thing with the Hound, this whole mini arc that they had in this episode, is by the time this episode was over, I can pretty much say that the Hound that we saw is not a guy who's fixated on meeting his brother and killing him. So I think the Clegane Bull is triply officially never going to happen. Ever,
I
ever,
agree.
never.
Well, because they're
Agreed.
going north now. They're going to where where Hound told them to go. Like they're heading over there to meet.
Well, it's not even the direction that they're going. I'm talking about the Hound as a person. It just would not fit narratively for him, at least in my opinion, to meet up with the Mountain at some point and fight. Like I think that they just kind of showed that, you know, some of those teachings kind of rubbed off on him, and that he's in a different place.
I think it's crazy how he's been so against fire. He stayed away from it at all costs, and then he had to find the truth in the fire. And I really love the irony, because it was always, you know, that his fire, like he basically was reborn in fire. You know what I mean? So there's a connection to it through him somehow, even though he wasn't like brought back like Beric and all of them were. It was really interesting seeing it like that, and that he was actually willing to go over there and like check it out. I'd like to see where this goes for sure, but I don't see Clegane Bull happening at all. I think that that's just a fantasy for fans, and if it happens, it happens in the books. It doesn't happen in the show.
Yeah. No Clegane Bull.
I liked how when they first showed them walking along, or I guess riding on their horses along, Thoros is always drunk. And I have a keen connection to Thoros of Myr.
Yes, you do.
That is
Yes,
so
you do.
hilarious.
He was like, want some rum? And he's like, I won't drink that shit. It's too sweet or whatever. And he was
I
like,
know.
suit yourself, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I was
drink
totally
it.
dead on that.
And he was slurring his words and everything. Thank you, Thoros. Thank you.
Yeah, the
Hey,
exchanges
did
are
anybody
really
else
nice.
think initially? For some reason, I thought that they were showing up at Craster's for a second there. I was
I
like,
thought
"What
that
is
for a moment too. Then I remembered that they burned it down.
Yeah, yep.
No, I thought that it was. I thought that it was definitely the place where Ari and him stayed, and he killed them, and took their money and shit. But why the fuck didn't they burn the bodies? How come Thoris didn't know that?
Because they're already skeleton. Well, they can come back as skeletons. I don't know.
They can pull it because
If he burned them, it wouldn't happen though.
Right. No, the only way to get rid of them is to burn them, and we learned that from Bran and creepy Jojen that they will crawl up out of the ground and
yeah,
get
absolutely.
You.
Skeletons all day long, even into Hardhome, and we saw skeletons.
Maybe Thoris doesn't know that yet because he hasn't seen the whites, the dead, come back as the zombie. So maybe he doesn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think they know
that. Wouldn't that be like part of their training though?
Well,
like
I think that should be, but I think he was trying to respect. I think he was trying to respect the Hound in what he was trying to do, if that makes sense. Like they were having a moment.
The Hound had some serious guilt issues in that moment.
Yeah.
You could tell that all the stuff that he learned from Sept. What was the Sept's name who got hung in season 6 in like the first episode? Yeah, he was really starting to turn. Sandor was, and he starts feeling for like human beings, and he even said to Beric, like, why are you alive and that little girl's dead? What kind of fucking divine justice is that?
Yeah.
And he's really getting like a grasp of humanity and like, fuck the gods. Why are we here? Why am I here? I should be dead. You should be dead. What's the purpose? What are we going to do? What's the mission here? I just want to know the mission.
He makes a lot of sense.
Looks into the flames, see some mission.
Oh, yeah, that was a very awesome scene. The very thing that burned and licked his face, and he's looking into it now. The Hound is another one of those characters. He's like a Sansa character that has not totally, but has changed in very big ways from when we saw them in season 1.
For sure.
I love that growth.
Yeah, he's when Thoris asked him, do you know these people? And he's like, not really, but I kind of do. And he was burying them. You could tell that there was a lot of depth in that moment, in that scene for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thinking back, man. Paying a penance. That's what he was basically doing for what he did to that family.
Definitely excited to see what happens with the Hound. And then we got more confirmation that the Lord of Light is real. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. How about Sandor's prayer? Like,
yeah, how he was bubbling around.
Mother, I don't know. Fuck. I'm sorry you're dead. I'm sorry
you deserve better.
Yeah.
Well, but I think
prayer.
another thing with the Lord of Light, and a lot of points that people make about beliefs. The more people that believe, if you believe, it kind of makes whatever it is that those particular people believe in a little bit stronger. So it just seems like a lot of the flow of the belief system in general in this world is going more towards R'hllor. So it's kind of interesting. It's almost like you're self-fulfilling and giving this thing momentum on its own by spreading that belief. So I think that's kind of a cool little thing that they're doing there.
Okay, so we also got confirmation that hand that was coming out of the hole was Jorah.
Yes. Yeah, that's the very, very next scene is poor Sam and his poop mission has to roll on his little, like, he's like scooping poop out for people to eat, or it looked like it. I know it was actually food, and then like picking up their poop, and it all looked all the same, and he's doing all that. And he comes along, and there's Jorah. And we speculated on this, Andrea, about whose arm is that? And we were, it was kind of like a 50-50, like it's really probably Jorah. But yeah, 100% confirmation Jorah Mormont is in the Citadel.
It also didn't look as like burnt as it did to me when I saw the video. You know what I mean? It made more sense. It had more light to it. And I guess that makes sense too. It was a very fast clip. But yeah, it definitely looked like he was being treated though, which is good. And yeah, it was definitely a possibility that it was Jorah, more than likely.
Well, also, I don't think that they would have made a point in the trailer of just showing a random guy's burnt hand, so it kind of went along with that theme, at least for me.
Yeah, and then when he asked, is she here yet? Is the Dragon Queen here yet? It's Jorah 100%. No question asked.
Oh, yeah. Well, they kind of like silhouetted his
Yes.
face too. You could see it was
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's get to. I mean, the episode's called
Chris, why the
Dragonstone.
hell
My
wasn't he asking for
queen.
more medicine?
Yeah, right.
I'm not asking about
Can I have
Daenerys.
some
I'm like,
cream,
dude,
please?
you got some Blue Star ointment?
Can I have
Because
something?
This is.
It burns and itches. Can I have something? Milk of the poppy? Anything? A drink? Well, I guess maybe that's foreshadowing that he is going to survive.
Yeah.
Why else would they show him? Honestly,
He's meant to be somewhere.
He was ordered to find a cure. See, that's what he's doing.
Listen, Sam's the shit, and I'm really excited that
there
Jorah's
was a
getting
lot
treated.
of Sam scenes this episode. They
Yeah.
did Sam in like 3 different parts. I have to say. They did the poop scene, and then they did like the discovery scene, and then they did the Jorah scene. So Sam had like multiple scenes in this. It was great.
Yeah.
No, it was a great open.
So this episode's called Dragonstone, and then of course,
We
this
end.
on Dragonstone, right? And this is the same.
Yes.
The scene. I don't know if you guys thought about this as well. The scene where Dany is when the doors open and she's looking up at Dragonstone was the same scene that John argued about and
Yes.
had to sing
Yes,
the American
Chris, you
national
don't need
anthem.
to
I just want to
remind
remind everybody this because you stink, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was a great
I gotta
scene.
love though the 2 dragon heads by the entrance. That was awesome, man. That
Oh
was
yeah.
freaking awesome.
Oh, that
How the
was
hell-
really cool.
How the hell can 2 dudes open those big ass doors?
I
With
was
their
wondering the same thing. How are those doors not secured from the inside? Is my question.
It's like, oh my god, it's gonna be a long day.
I was
But that
hoping
the
to
only
see.
person-
episode.
I was hoping to see
am I
Mel
the
there
only
too.
person who's wondering right now how this is working out?
Hey, this, you know
Because they-
something?
Here, I'm
and
gonna
I'm-
put these gates here so that you can just open them when you're ready.
I'm assuming people left Dragonstone, so whoever remained on Dragonstone left, and they just closed the door. So,
Hey,
so there it is. So
And if they left Dragonstone,
Sam's-
they can push it over.
Sam was saying that she
But I
loves the
tell you what,
motif. How awesome
I
is
did figure
that?
out though, and we'll talk about this on the next episode. I already know how Daenerys is going to lose half of her forces based off of what I saw today.
I got to say, I agree with Sam in the chat. The building, the structure, the motif, the architecture was gorgeous. The dragons, and I feel like for the first time, I'm actually seeing Dragonstone, even though we've seen it before with
Yeah.
Stannis. But I feel like this time we're actually really seeing it.
I mean, we saw a throne room in Dragonstone. We never saw that with Stannis. We only saw the main room with the table. Well, we were seeing a throne room. That's freaking awesome. And it looked, and that stone thing looks like that's like the precursor to the Iron Throne.
It did look that way, yeah.
It was a precursor. That's what I guess Aegon kind of built the Iron Throne off of. So that's awesome.
Did anybody see all the triangles? Anyone?
Ye-
There's a
I-
serious triangle theme going on this season.
I saw triangles. I saw what's
saw
by the
dragons.
candles. There's like thrones by the candles. I don't know
Also,
if
you
anyone
know
saw
what?
that.
You know what I will say that I noticed is when Bran and Mira went through the wall, the gate was exactly how it's always been. But in the trailer, we clearly saw a gate that was opening in the north that had triangular teeth that stuck into the ground. And I thought that was the gate at at Castle Black. But it's got to be a different gate going beyond the wall. So I'm thinking that is Eastwatch.
Yeah.
This was definitely a phenomenal scene. And then, of course, at the end, it was nice seeing Dany soak it in like she did, even though she didn't have a lot of lines other than "Let's get started." It was very powerful. And watching them all go through it was a nice scene. I want to go around the room here real quick and get like an overall score of your first impression of this episode, and then I want to turn it over to the chat for a few minutes before we call it a show. So let's start with Jonathan Stonemas Starklover. What would you rate this particular season starter on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. And remember, we review these episodes with swords, not stars or popcorn, because this is Behind the Iron Throne. Hashtag beat it.
I'm gonna give it 4.5 swords out of 5. I love this episode. The beginning was strong with Arya, and then it ended strong with Daenerys back in her ancestral home.
Okay, excellent. Andrea?
I'm going to go with the crowd, and I'm going to say 4 swords for now because I have so much, work to do on this episode over the next few days. But I do think that if it was this good this early on, opening freaking episode, if it's this good this early on, it's only going to get better to come. And so I can't give it a full 5 swords yet because I know it's just going to keep getting better.
Yes, I agree. I'm going to go with 4 swords as well. I thought it was a good opener. At first, it was like, yeah, this is cool. Okay, we got murder. We got the phrase, yada, yada, yada. Then I felt like it got a little slow. We still got some good information. Excellent points were made to get the season rolling. And my favorite parts, honestly, was the Hound. Those I thought were very important, and I thought were my favorite. Of course, seeing Tormund and Brienne, like I love Tormund when he eyeballs her, and I also love that the mountain looks like a collectible toy Darth Vader samurai. Yardley, you can probably appreciate that. He looked just like him, and just absolutely monster. I cannot wait to see what this crazy creature of the night does. So I'll go with 4 swords.
Rocks, man.
All right, Tren, you're up.
I'm gonna get a lot of hell for this. I'm only gonna give it 3 swords, and the reason is because it had a really strong start with Arya, just completely obliterating the Frey house, and then we got kind of a lot of filler. Arya, what was she doing with the Lannisters? We got a little bit of Littlefinger and Sansa thing happening. We got a little bit of Brianna Tormund. You got the most moving part of this was definitely the Hound. I agree with you on that. The Hound part where he's talking to Thoros and Beric. But we did get to see a smidge of the Whites in the beginning, which was good. And we do end up with Daenerys in Dragonstone. So there's finally closure on that storyline. Like she's finally in Westeros. But we haven't seen Ilaria. We know they're coming up. We haven't seen Olenna. We know she's coming up. We haven't seen Gendry. Drink.
Drink.
Had to do that for the fans. And so there's really like a lot missing. And I just, from all the hype and all the things that the promoters and the marketing have said, they were like, oh, every episode is just going to be like massive. I didn't feel like this was massive. I felt like we've been waiting for 14 fucking months and this is amazing, but not worth waiting 14 months.
I have to agree with you the way you put it that way.
I didn't feel like it was like gut wrenching in every scene.
You make a good argument, Tran. You really do.
There was a lot of really cool stuff, and I think so much nostalgia for us, but it wasn't like just jam-packed, punch in the face, gut-wrenching. I was just really excited to finally have fucking Game of Thrones back. So I'm going to give it 3 swords.
Okay, fair enough. Yardley, the Militant marker.
Hey, I'll piggyback off of what Tren just said. I'm going to give it a 3.5 because if you take away excitement and fandom and actually look at the substance and what we got, for me, what pushed it from a 3 to a 3.5 was the Sandor Clegane scene. So that's pretty much where I stand, and I'll rewatch it probably at some point tonight or tomorrow to get ready for the show. But I'm going to stay at 3.5. It wasn't mind blowing, but I thought it was solid, and it kind of set the course in certain scenes for me to kind of give a hint of where things are going to play out later on this season. So I'm going to stick with that, brother.
Excellent. All right. So real quick, everyone that's watching live, we really appreciate it. Hashtag BTIT. You guys are awesome. Everyone in the community is awesome, whether you can watch live or not. We're going to be ending the podcast version, but we're going to continue the live stream for a few minutes so that everyone watching live can get a little bit of bonus for being here with us. We're going to talk to you and answer some of your messages here that are going on in the live chat. Real quick, if you'd like to continue to support Behind the Iron Throne, it's extremely easy to do. All you have to do is go into the show description of this podcast or the video, depending on where you're watching it or listening to it. And there's a ton of different links. There's Audible, there's Amazon. All of those links are designed so that you can purchase something that you need and we'll get a very small affiliate commission. It's literally pennies to the dollar, but every little bit helps to keep the equipment solid and up to date. I actually bought a lot of new stuff just to get everything set up for tonight. So very excited. And most importantly, if you don't want to spend any money, you can always support us by doing something extremely powerful. Share our content. Come in here, interact with us, be a part of our community, share this with your friends, share it with your family. Get up on the mountain and scream it to the world that you're a hashtag Throny, you're a part of the B-Tit army, and just help us spread the word. Go on iTunes, give us a review there, a positive one if you would, please, and help us take over the world, one Game of Thrones nerd at a time. See what I did there?
Amen.
I mixed the old saying with the new saying. Okay, so stick around, everyone watching live. We're going to continue with you guys. And everyone listen to the podcast. You can join us at facebook.com/Behind the Iron Throne on Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, where we're going to break down this episode even further and deeper. Yeah, I said deeper, baby. All right, stick around.
Winter is here.
Winter is here, and the Starks are back. They're on top. I love it.
Okay, so the recorded version is over. So I'm going to
so many
edit
fans.
that.
Oh my God.
This is a
there's
fantastic
so much to read.
episode.
First of all, I want to say, Renee, I agree with you. Renee said Four Swords. There was a lot of setup in this episode. I think the next one will be better. I'm going to agree with you, Renee. I do think there was a lot of setup. I think that's kind of what the premiere is for. And that's probably why I had to give it 3 swords. I wanted to set the bar low so that we can go up from here because I know it's going to go up. I know it will.
I think it was a typical Game of Thrones episode, and I think when they say, I think the meat of it is going to be like 5, 6, 7, maybe 4. That's when you're going to get like those long. Because even Chris said, "Aren't the episodes supposed to be long?" And I'm like, it was almost an hour. It was. I think it ended at 58 maybe. So, and I think 5, 6, 7 are all going to be those 60-minute, 70-minute, 80-minute episodes. I think later on you're going to get the bulk of all that stuff. This is just your typical, let's set everything up, let's see where everyone is episode.
As a show producer, I would want to start out with a bang, which they did with the Arya scene. I have to say, that decision to do the Frey Arya scene was probably one of the best productive decisions they've made.
100%
for a premiere, for sure.
I thought there was gonna be like archers from I'm thinking I'm thinking
I thought the girls that serving the wine were gonna start stabbing people.
I thought before the wine came out, I thought there was gonna be a band. And then it was going to be archers, kind of like a poetic justice then when I saw the wine, I'm like, oh my God, she's going to poison every single one of these. Oh my God, Arya is the best. I texted my sister, I'm like, Arya is such the best name ever. Oh my God.
Yeah. Renee says, I wonder if Sam knows that Jon is at Winterfell and not at Castle Black. That's actually good because, he was writing a letter back to Jon to tell him about Dragonstone and the information that he found. So where is that letter going to go? It'll go to Dolorous Ed, but
I actually just commented on that too. I do think it's a great question. I had assumed that he was just sending it to Winterfell, but Cersei did know that Jon was already king in the North. So if Cersei knew, Sam had to know because it's the freaking Citadel. They know everything.
Does Jon know that there's a fleet coming? Because it seemed like the way Sansa was talking, they didn't know yet that there's a fleet coming that Daenerys is coming with their fleet. I mean, in episode 2, we see in the preview that they're like the guy, what's his guy? I think it's Royce that says you can't trust the Targaryens. So they're going to find out next episode. I'm wondering if they already know because Sansa was like, you got to worry about the Lannisters. So I'm wondering if they know about, because that Cersei knows, but I'm wondering if that news is already.
I don't think that the North knows yet. I think the North knows yet.
Okay,
I think that's something developing.
They said that everybody is moving very quickly in this season, not the episodes, but the season. Everything moves very quickly.
Oh, yeah,
we already know that. We know that Cersei got a hold of Euron, and Euron was already on his way. We know that Cersei knows that Jon proclaimed himself king of the North. We know that Cersei knows that Olenna and Illyria are part of Daenerys' little thing, and that Cersei knows that Daenerys is landing. So we know from the very beginning that everything is happening very quickly. They already know that the Freys are dead. They already sent a garrison up to the Freys because the Freys are dead, which is who Arya met. She met people who were on their way to go keep the peace because
And
of
he
all
did say
that.
months. He did say they had been out there for months and that the
Right.
queen had burned up the sept.
Right. So it is all happening very quickly. The storyline is moving quickly.
Yeah.
I will say that. What we get to see, I don't know, moves very quickly because I saw like God knows how many minutes of fog before I saw the king or the Night's King, and I was a little like, why is this taking 12 seconds of fog to let me see the Night King? And then it was worth it when I finally saw the giants.
And he's holding his
It
sword
was-
in his hand too, like he's ready to do something, man.
It was also like confirmation that the White Walkers bring the storm. The storm doesn't the wind, like basically saying the cold comes with the walkers, not the walkers come with the cold.
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah, it was kind of confirmation like, yeah, no, it's the walkers who bring the cold.
I'm glad that Brienne's already back at Winterfell right away. Like I was happy to see her in the room sitting down. Like that was awesome.
Did anybody notice? Oh no, go for it. Go ahead, Trin.
I was gonna say, Joey Stavale. I don't know if we've seen you before. He said, we know that little Sam aged like 3 years. That's true. They did use
He
the
was a
same
grown
little
man.
Sam, and he was saying mom.
It was so
Yeah.
cute.
He was cute. He's aging before our eyes, like all the.
What were
like
you gonna
everyone
say,
else.
Andrea?
I was wondering if anybody noticed how Archmaester was telling Sam about the tournament and the Targaryens, and then Sandor Clegane and them talked about the tournament as well, how they had first met at the tournament. And there was a lot of talk about like Robert's rebellion and people dying. And I mean,
didn't hear the part with the Archmaester in the tournament. I'll have to go back and
no,
watch
it wasn't.
that part.
It wasn't him in the tournament. It was Sandor Clegane in the tournament, and then the Archmaester was talking about the Targaryens, and then somebody else brought up the Robert. No, I think it was him who brought up Robert's rebellion as well.
Because he was saying. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Finish.
No, go ahead, John.
Sorry, he was saying, "Oh, we all thought it was going to end when when Robert's rebellion happened. Everyone thought the world was ending because the Targaryen dynasty was dying." And then he goes, "When the Targaryens came over with their 3 dragons, everyone said it was ending." And then the Long Nights. He's kind of making a point at Sam. So that to me that we're seeing some flashback of Robert's rebellion, and we're seeing a flashback of
Saying something.
of
Charles.
Terminator Hell.
Yeah, Charles is saying building to a spinoff. Yeah, maybe.
I don't think the rebellion.
No, we're not doing a spin-off rebellion.
I don't know.
Even though I
I
want
think
it.
Robert's Rebellion would be a great spinoff, and I thought it was in like the
It would be too.
contenders.
Because you wouldn't have to do. I mean, if it was up to me, I would turn Game of Thrones into an anthology series, kind of like what they do with Fargo and a few other shows do it, where each season is a different storyline. They do it with a few series does this, where they do like each year is a different storyline. I think I'd like to see that. Then you can do Robert's Rebellion for like one season, because it only takes one season to really tell that story, and then so on and so on.
But if you already know everything about the story, by the time this is over, there won't be a point of having it.
People still want to see it. I mean, people want to see it. Like, no matter what, they're like, yeah, I still want to see full of it. I want to see more of it. People will still see it.
They're gonna see it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to do it again. Yardley's absolutely correct.
But people will see. I mean, Force Awakens was essentially A New Hope, and it made like $2 billion. I mean, people will see it if you put it out, though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
in maybe 8-10 years, if they want to go back and revisit it, I'm sure people will watch it. But there's no point in doing it. What Yardley's saying is, if we're gonna see everything we need to know about it right here, in front of our faces, there's no reason to redo it. So yeah, I agree. If they made it, people would still watch it, but that's not anything that HBO is going to be looking forward to do right away. You know what I mean?
But we also don't know what of the Robert's Rebellion we're going to see in the next 2 seasons. We don't know that yet.
It's officially been squashed as something that they're going to do. So George has said it, and they've already come out and said it's squashed for those reasons. So it doesn't. That's kind of moot.
So Brian Strand said, what will Euron's gift be to Cersei? Or what will Euron's gift to Cersei be?
Oh, okay. Two things really fast. First of all,
I know leaks, so I'm not going to say anything.
I knew she didn't give a fuck about Tommen, okay? She basically said he was a traitor. I knew that. When she fucking said it, I was like, confirmed. And then second of all, the only child she did cry for, aside from Joffrey, was Marcella. So I'm thinking that's going to be her gift. And then maybe possibly old lady in the
Marcella
in the
came back with
West.
Jamie.
Yes, but she was dead from Dorne.
So he's gonna
But
bring
she's already
someone's
back
head.
she's back in King's Landing, and they
He's-
put her in the
yeah.
Sept of Baelor with Joffrey. And do you remember the conversation that
Ye-
Cersei had with Qyburn? And she said, "Bury the body," talking about Tommen. She said he needs to be with his father, or not his father, his brother, sister, and grandfather. Burn him, because they got burned up in the Sept.
Yeah.
So Marcella's
Yeah.
back. What do you
Well,
mean by?
I think that I think Euron is going to bring her the Sand Snakes. I mean,
Yes.
they're the ones who killed Marcella.
Exactly,
I mean,
the one
it's
she
too
cried for.
easy. It's totally too easy, and you're killing
it away.
you're
love
killing a lot of birds with one stone.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to get his niece and nephew, and come on.
I didn't see any Greyjoys or freaking Dornish people land on Dragonstone with Daenerys. That's all I'm saying. And
I mean,
if he's still on the boat
yeah,
and
like-
Daenerys isn't on her boat anymore, then somebody else is still sailing. You know what I mean? So
But think about
I mean,
that. Think about
said
what
this
Yardley
before.
said. If Euron brings back the Sand Snakes alive to Cersei, and she can torture them, how much is she gonna love that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As if they're there,
Exactly.
though. I mean, if they're there, I mean,
I
I know
think-
the.
Oh, go ahead, John. My bad.
I mean, I don't think the Dornish army sailed. I think they're still in Dorne, and I think the Tyrell army is still in Highgarden. I think what Euron's gonna attack is gonna be the other Greyjoy fleet, and maybe some of her fleet. But I think she's gonna send the bulk of her army, the Unsullied, to take Castle Rock, because we know what's happened this season, and we know already that the huge Dothraki horde is going to attack the Lannister army. So
Hey, think about this. Think about what you just said, though. With her sending a lot of her army out there to Castle Rock, that's how she's going to lose most of her fleet, because
She's
they're going to be
stupid.
weakened. Yeah, they're going to be weakened. They're going to get caught with their pants down, sending people to Castle Rock. Euron's going to come in, clean it up, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. Like, you are going to see the beginning of Daenerys Targaryen's overwhelming advantage, you would think, starting to crumble down. And it's
I'm going to
starting next week.
disagree, because she's going to take Castle Rock, which is going to give her a strategic holdings. Remember, she still has the Dornish, which we have no idea what the Dornish strength is. They haven't fought a war in 15, 20 years. They've been building. They probably have a huge army.
But
And
John,
then
you're
I
sending
know what you're
resources. You have to send resources away, which means that you're going to lose some of your strength in defending where you're at. I'm just saying, it's just basic. It's
I know what you're
basic
saying.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Weakening, but by the way the looks of everything is, we're seeing a naval battle, so we don't know who's going to win there, and we're also seeing the Dothraki attack Lannister's 3 dragons. She's winning that battle. The Lannisters are losing that battle. So I think she's still strong. Don't get me wrong. I think
losing Castle Rock might be a good thing. Sometimes you have to say, okay, we're going to let this one go to,
yeah,
for the
fucking
overall
smart, she
thing.
will.
Absolutely. I mean, they're thinking about this more than I think that we're giving some of these things, credit for. I mean, I think that totally they're going to be able to take advantage of Daenerys not being at full strength. Now, all of this stuff about some of the Dornish stayed here and all of that's not stuff that's been established. So those are total assumptions. But what we know, the fighting force that they have now is going to be weakened because they're going to be divided. And I think it's going to be a beautiful thing. And it's going to be a lot easier than people think.
Well, I think it's going to be Greyjoy versus Greyjoy. That's, I think, the naval battle we're getting, because you see Theon. We see Theon in that battle. So I don't think we're going to see, and I don't think you're going to send all 10,000 men to the last. But I do see what you're saying. She's going to be weakened. But remember, there's also 80,000 Dothraki. I mean, there's still, and then there's also Jon Snow, who's going to go there and meet with him. So if she gets Jon Snow on her side, and the Starks hate the Lannisters, which is awesome too. And we also got Arya, who might come back to King's Landing. So we don't know where she's going to. I also love that Cersei called everyone traitors, especially Olenna, when you just destroyed her family. Like, how are you gonna call her a traitor? You destroyed her family, and then you have the balls to say you're a traitor.
She
course
killed
she
her
does.
fucking son, yo. What are you
Well, that's
talking
terrible.
about?
She deserves to
That's
die.
Are you
not-
kidding me?
She deserves to die.
Bruh, come on, dude. Come on. Now you gotta.
Yeah, that is very true.
Give me a
But
break.
at this point, hold on. But at this point, Cersei doesn't know that necessarily.
Yeah.
However, he's very true. I mean, it's very true. She fucking murdered Joffrey, so Cersei has a right to hate her. However, the irony in it all is that Cersei's the biggest fucking traitor of them all. Like, and then also, I loved how Jaime told her. She's like, we could build a dynasty that'll last 1,000 years. Bring back Tywin, right? And then
Yes.
Jaime's like, for who? It's only you and I. So it'd be stupid for Cersei, especially because right now all they have is how many 20,000 men, or so, like left over after all those wars.
Because there are men in
spread her,
rivers.
to spread herself thin and try to keep Casterly Rock at the same time as she's trying to keep King's Landing. There are 2 Lannisters left. Who is she keeping Lannister Rock for? You know what I mean? Like, Tywin told her the mines are dry. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to hold Lannisport other than the fact that it's their ancestral home. You know what I mean? But she wants to be the fucking queen.
But
So she has to figure it out.
I think that's what's gonna draw her out is when because I think they're gonna take Cassie Rock, and that's gonna drive Cersei to send the army out because their best thing is to keep the army at King's Landing, and
She's not gonna.
But she's gonna send them out when she finds out because as much as there's no value to that, it's kind of more of a prideful thing for a Lannister when you see that which has never been taken before get taken. It's gonna draw out the
Yeah,
Lannister
which is
army.
going to severely cripple Cersei.
Yeah.
can
Also, let's not
guarantee that.
forget, they said there's a Lannister. There's men in River. We don't know how much men are in River Run. There could be thousands in the Riverlands. Like the Lannister soldier said, we're here to keep the Riverlands or something. So there's, it's gonna be very interesting this season, man. Very interesting. I can't wait.
Oh my god, it's gonna be epic.
Arya, oh my god. I'm trying to think of a Disney way to tell that story to my niece when I'm holding her. I'd be like, there once was a little girl named Arya Stark.
You're so funny. Yeah.
I'm gonna find a way of like, she had all these enemies, and one by one, crossing off, she made a list of naughty people, and one by one, she started knocking off these naughty people, and I'm like, you have her name, okay? Oh, I can't wait.
Hey, something else I feel kind of confident of even more after this episode is I don't think Cersei's going to die this season.
No, me either.
I'm iffy on this one.
I agree. I don't think she's going to die this season. I don't know. We all know that the end game and the end goal is the war with the whites, and Cersei is not that. So she's going to be a conflict between the South and the whites are in the North.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Cersei is clever.
Season, right? A major character usually dies every season.
So
right?
Who's to say that Jon Snow isn't going to die again?
Jon's not dying.
Renee, okay, I have to read the comments. Renee said, don't want to get Trin smashed again. And because Mama Cheryl said, hello, fellow Thronies, notice how they're not reading our Gendry comments. Okay, all right. How many shares do we have? Because I know we've had about 40 people in this fucking chat so far. So if everybody shared this at least twice, I'm going to go get the bottle of whiskey in the refrigerator right now. But I don't think we've had 100 shares, have we? 3. We've had 3 fucking shares, people.
No, that's not correct because
how many
I
shares?
shared more than that.
I'm looking at the wrong video then. I'm sorry.
If you guys didn't share it, then that's on you.
Share it to 2 different pages. All of you.
Yes, people. Share, people.
I'll go get the whiskey right now.
8 shares, it
done.
says.
8 shares. Come on. We've had I've seen our chat was up to 42 or something.
That could be my fault. I didn't ask people to share. I just said we're live because
shame.
And no, the reason why I didn't do it is because it's an initial reactions post, and some people haven't seen the episode. So I put spoilers on the tag that I wrote out, but I didn't want people who hadn't seen the episode to actually click on the link and see something that they weren't prepared to see yet. And that's the reason why I didn't share it all over the place.
That's good because a lot of places, a lot of people can't watch it right away. A lot of people still haven't been able to watch it. So we want people to be able to see it, enjoy it without all of our spoilers and discussion, but definitely come back and watch this after the fact so that you can argue with us. And we will be unpacking all of this in detail Wednesday night at, we don't know the time, but we'll post it. We're going to post the exact time that we're going to be on to do all the unpacking of this.
Charles, you're the best. Share this, people. He says we had 32 people when I pulled up when I pulled this up. Now 20.
Yeah,
he's going in.
Mama Cheryl, cowboy up and get the bottle trim.
I think we're up to like 40 something people at one point.
I don't understand why everyone just keeps saying his name.
Who, Robin? Or Gendry? I know, I've seen like 17.
Oh, there you go again.
I gotta go
What
get
kind
a
of cup is
beer.
that, Andrea?
I'm gonna get a beer and a shot. I'll be
you
right
guys,
back.
let me just tell you. Let me just show you my goods. This is from the convention. So my shirt is all in High Valyrian, and I can't tell you how to say it because I don't speak High Valyrian. But it means I survived the doom, and I can't. And all I got is this lousy T-shirt.
Nice.
And then my cup holder is Valor Mozusis. All men must drink.
Nice. Nice.
Outstanding.
Did you notice I don't know if it was just me, but in Dragonstone by the candles, there's crowns. Did you notice that, Andrea? Or did anyone notice that?
All I'm saying, bro, is I noticed everything about everything in that damn throne.
You're asking her if
like
she
crowns.
noticed something. Are you?
I'm telling you, the Iron Bank is showing up this season. I can promise you that. That's what those triangles are. Iron Bank.
There's 20 people in chat right now. 22 actually in chat right now. When we get to 20 shares, because that's just one share per person, this shot goes down my throat and I'll start drinking this beer. But until we get to 20 shares, I'm just setting it right there. Just gonna set it right there. Okay. Okay. You guys gotta work.
Accepted.
I know. Right? You think we do this for free? No, share.
Trin, they do think you do it for free.
This is true.
They gotta stay till like 3 hours and 45 minutes into the show, and then I'm just like, "Hey, want to take the
See, you guys. Some people have Patreon. We have Share a Trin.
Yeah. Who's crunching right now?
This is me. I mean, funnel cake.
Okay,
John,
how about close your mic, John?
We're not recording anymore. I can't eat. I'm hungry,
Not in
man.
our
No,
ears. It would be nice not to, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything last week when Yandria or Trin was eating something. Someone was eating something last week.
It was
I
for
turned
like a
my mic
second,
off.
and then I muted my mic once I realized that I was.
My
crunching.
bad. God forbid I can't eat.
Oh, yeah, good. Don't do that. How many shares we at?
She just wants to get drunk, man.
Drunk Trin is funny, Trin.
Drunk. Who said that?
Funnel
Drunk
cake,
Trin is
what?
Bean Trin.
Lord Bags, drunk Trin
Oh,
is
Lord
funny.
Bags, I love you.
And then John Stuback says, funnel cake, what? Renee says, so funny. Sam says, I'm still hoping that Sam finds a special recipe for Valyrian steel. You and me both, girl. He can't leave until he does.
Special recipe? What do you mean by that? Like how to?
Good night, Robert. I was saying good night to Robert. She means it. Okay, so listen, Valyrian steel. The art to forging Valyrian steel has been lost for centuries. It died with the Valyrian freehold and the Doom. So what she's saying is she hopes that in the Citadel somewhere there's actually the right information on how to forge Valyrian steel from new metal, basically. Right. So it's got to be spell forged and created in Dragonfire. We know that, but there's got to be something else to it. And I'm assuming it has to do with blood.
Do you think the Targaryens, when they came over, maybe knew how to do it and passed the information along to the Citadel?
Oh, the Citadel, not so much, but I think they passed it on to people.
I'm sure Shy knew.
And the Citadel just happened to capture that, because that's what they do. They don't learn things, they write down histories.
Well, I refreshed it, said it was at 20 shares.
Shut up.
We had like 40 people in here at one point, live.
Yeah,
I know.
And the fucking, I couldn't keep up with the comments, even like reading them myself, let alone reading them aloud.
I think we're going to need to find.
I hope you guys come back. All right, shotgunning. Hope you guys come back for Wednesday night, because we would really love your input and your feedback on all of this, because we are going to unpack all of the scenes we are going to give you the most thorough overview that we have available, and we've got some pretty awesome people.
We're gonna
here
have to find
on the
somebody
panel.
to just keep an eye on the chat for us, and then to pick out stuff. We'll have to work on that. But it's a good problem to have.
Yes, it was awesome. You guys, we have over 542 comments at this moment.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, the activity in the chat has been like astounding. And we wish that we would have been able to get to all of your comments tonight. It's just that this was supposed to be a fast episode and it still went like an hour.
Yo, if we get to 1,000 comments, I'll sing.
But we are always here with you guys.
All of we're still live, so all of this will end up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I don't see the 20 shares. Where in the hell is it?
I'm looking right at it.
Video?
Yeah,
I'm going to the video.
I just I just reloaded the whole page.
I see 20 shares. Okay. I see 20 shares.
Thank you for my word not being and Yardley's word not being good enough, Trin.
You're welcome.
Don't feel bad. I'm trying to explain something, and she's like, blah, 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 right over top of me. Totally cuts me off. And I'm like, God damn it, Trin. Just wait 1 second.
Wait, was that tonight?
Yes,
I
it was
wasn't drinking that
twice.
heavily
I know,
tonight.
but it was twice. I'm like,
I'm such a jerk. I am a jerk. I'm
that's
sorry.
okay.
Oh my God, she was so ready. She's like, I took notes. That was gonna be me,
I
except for we
did.
did.
I took
Except for we.
notes. I had to-
I would have totally taken notes, except for I was doing Periscope, and so I was holding my phone.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I couldn't do it, so I just sat there and like John watched for a little bit. It was hilarious.
My notes consist of giant whites, Liana is a boss, Sansa playing Littlefinger, Euron's proposal, Sam's poop song. Like that's what my notes were. It wasn't like detailed. It was like Sam's poop song.
Oh, poor Sam.
Yeah, I debated taking notes at all and then found that I couldn't fucking help myself.
Charles, this is to you. Okay? This is going to hurt.
Yeah, I tried not to take notes either, but then I just started writing.
Yeah, it's kind of too easy.
Now I just have to find the notes.
Oh, come on.
What's the matter, John?
Huh?
What's the matter, John?
So D12 is this weekend, which is a
Like
Disney Con. It's a Disney
like
Con
Dungeons
convention.
and Dragons?
No,
Because
it's a Disney
D12 was like
convention
a
that they have.
dice.
And they showed it's a Disney convention, and they showed at the convention a trailer for the Infinity Wars, Avengers Infinity Wars, but it hasn't gone online yet. I'm trying to find it. Apparently, it's really good. So I want to go to D12. So
Yeah. Oh, September is Dragon Con. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. Are you going to that, Yardley?
No, it's been a while since I've gone, but I don't know. I mean, it's really not that. All of these big conventions are literally down the street from where I live, so I don't know. Are you going?
Your boo's gonna be there. Lena Headley.
really,
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be at
Lena's
one in
fun.
Toronto, and she canceled. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. We're buying a house at the end of August. We're like moving. So I really wanted to go to the Dragon Con because I'm not that far. I'm in North Carolina, so I'm super close to you. And I could drive down and do that. But because of the whole house situation, it's a little tight as far as time-wise, money-wise, all that kind of stuff.
Amen.
I would totally go any other year.
Amen.
Yeah.
So,
Trin and I are going through the same thing right now, except for
I know.
yeah, I'm in my in-laws in the satellite studio, which sucks, and she's about to be homeless soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my castle,
Yes, that
my
castle.
condo,
Please,
my condo in the sky.
your
like a flat.
condo that the internet only works on your on
I
your
don't
Facts.
know what
That's
but
because-
the internet. But Chris, the internet does work because I go on the internet, so I'm not sure what the issue is. Why
so
it keeps crashing.
Lord
When
Bass
do
says
people-
that's because she knows Canada's a real country anyway. Talking
Stop
about
it.
Lena Headley.
Stop it.
hey, so when is somebody gonna make a doc for these show notes here for the Wednesday or whatever?
I'll do it tonight.
Yeah, because it's early where she's at. It's almost midnight here.
Yeah, it's only 8:30 my time, and I'm gonna watch the show probably like 5 more times. So
So what time do you get Game of Thrones down there, Andrea?
6 o'clock.
What?
Oh my God. I know,
What?
right?
That's crazy. I gotta wait till 9. You get it at 6.
Listen, we're both watching it the same exact
No, I
time.
know, but
it's
it's
just
just
that it's
awesome.
6 o'clock my time.
Like you can watch. Like I wish I was in California. I could watch it at 6 p.m.
Yeah, but you're watching it
at 7,
exactly the same
No.
time I am.
but I can watch it like 3 more times until like 9 p.m. and then go out or watch my other show. Like it's awesome. You get to watch it. Like I can watch it. I'd be watching like 3 times and then go out to the bar. I'm like freaking awesome.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Sam. I did say Headley. I meant to say Heedy. Go ahead.
Aw, Sam.
I know that was a very Duck Darian thing of me to say. Because I did say
I'm
Lena
not living this
Headley.
down, man. I am not living this.
Never,
down.
John.
I
Never.
know, right?
And I'm
Couldn't even,
proud
couldn't
of
even
it.
get you to use Snapchat
proud
to
of
make
it.
an awesome picture.
I was
Does
on.
every-
I was literally
Yeah.
out of Toronto.
Yardley,
the
there are
whole
people
day.
out there shouting your name in the chat. You
What?
see them?
Let me look. Hey, what happened to the Snapchat pics that we took?
Oh, they're on the Facebook.
Wait, did we put them in?
I gotta get one now.
Somebody put them in.
Can you put the
Hey.
Mevo up? I can do it. I can put him in a Skype
Yeah.
chat.
So just
So-
for everybody to know.
So you said somebody was. I was just opening up the comments. You said somebody was shouting my name. What happened?
Let's see here. There
You got
was
fans out there.
Charles, who said Yardley in the ATL go in the ATL area go. There have been tons of people in the chat throughout the evening that have been calling your name out.
You know
But
what?
Yardley, you
This
can
is the
leave
reason
us.
why. Well, this is the reason. Whenever you're on the static page, it doesn't show all of the comments. So I guess I have to actually click on the video to get all of the comments.
Yeah, just make
Yeah,
sure
I
you
see what
mute
I'm
it
saying.
so it doesn't mess
Oh,
with
Yeah.
okay.
Yardley, we love you, Yardley. We want to hear you like all year round, man. We missed you.
It's in.
We missed you on these episodes,
Oh.
man. We want to
Oh,
see you all
man.
year round. You used to be all year round. I remember you used to listen to you in the off season all the
He's
time.
got a busy
Yeah.
schedule,
I
bro.
know
Yeah.
he does.
I mean,
he
I
does.
definitely have to. Well, no doubt that I was gonna, resume the regular, during the season. But yeah, it's been kind of, it's been kind of a whirlwind. So now I know how to use the chat thing now. All right. See, I didn't know that you actually had to click
Yeah.
on the
The video.
video. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To see. Yeah, all right, cool.
Bag says he likes you as a Lannister rather than a White, John. Yeah, now if you're on a browser, Yardley, if you look on where it says like, comment, and share in the video, if you see where there's a picture of the thrones, if you tap on that, you can actually pick your name, and then when you comment, it'll show up as you rather than thrones.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. You said if
If you're looking at that video for our show, I forgot to put in the
Yeah.
fucking links, Andrea.
And there's like,
You can go back and
comment,
edit.
share, and then it has like a picture of Behind the Iron Thrones. There's a drop down menu, and it'll let you pick yourself.
I forgot to
Oh
put in
yeah,
this.
I knew how to do that. I
Oh,
think
okay.
yeah, because I think Andrea some months back had asked how the hell I did that or something. I thought
Yes, it was. It was me when I first joined you guys. I was like, how the hell do you guys change it to your face?
yeah. Sometimes I just don't really mess with it because I've noticed on other pages sometimes it'll get stuck and then it'll make it your page instead of you, and I was like, get that out of here. But yeah, that's a pretty cool feature.
Everyone loves
Yeah.
his Lannister picture better.
Oh my God! Stop this, people.
Okay, in the YouTube video that I
in
made,
the chat?
the intro for the YouTube channel for each episode, it's a little bit different. When you hear the roar of the cat, it's a picture of John's face in the armor when that happens.
Ah,
That would be
perfectly
fucking epic.
timed.
Oh my god.
I am not living that down. God damn it.
I don't know who can share their screen, but I just put the picture of us from our Snapchat filters up. Did you put it up, Chris?
Yeah, Andre, it's up. Oh, you mean in
Oh,
the
I
chat
can't.
right now?
And no, on the screen, I can't see it.
That's because I don't have
For
the
some
chat
reason.
up. Here we go.
Oh.
Hold on.
Wait, what's the question?
The picture of our Snapchat filters.
Yeah, it's up
I
right
did
now.
that. It was up there
Oh.
earlier. I
didn't
stopped
see.
sharing the screen and posted it to Behind the Iron Throne so that everybody could see it, just in case anybody missed it.
Okay,
Fair enough.
it's up right now live.
There you go.
My gosh, and I'm looking at that. I might have to redo my picture because I
You
just
look
got finished.
scary as
You
Oh,
do.
no,
I
yours
just got
was hard.
finished working out, and my T-shirt looks all raggedy and sweaty. I just realized
So,
how funky
you know,
I fucking look.
I think the dead people are supposed to look raggedy and funky.
Hey, look, I'll be the
No,
dead
you
person
look
with the sharp
legit.
crease.
You and Chris legit look like, yeah, you guys are legit. I mean, Gisela down there at the bottom, she is a hot fucking White Walker. I'm just done with her. And Trin,
she
you
is.
definitely could be a White Walker. I just look like I'm tired.
I do dead
Oh, yeah.
naturally.
And then I don't know if you guys can see, but Goat actually has goats in the background of his
He
picture, which
does.
is awesome. The livestock
He
is awesome.
So Goat is at the bottom left. Just to let everybody know who all these people are. So you at the top left, you've got Chris, and then going right, you have Andrea, Yardley, Trin, and then the bottom level is Goat, John Lannister, and Gisela.
Just don't call me that, please. Just stop. Just stop. Just don't call me that.
This is for a guy who refused to actually get on Snapchat for 5 seconds
I was
and take a picture.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I don't
but
even
he
have
could
the
do it.
app.
I
But
gave
he
you
could
like
go into
7
chat.
hours. You had 7
7
hours to
7
do it.
hours.
Everybody else did it.
I
You
didn't
could have done
7
it in
hours.
you could
I
have done
got-
it in John, you could have done it in less time than it took for you to explain to us why you wouldn't do it.
I'm not downloading anything on my until I would be killing a magic data. My phone battery was low.
All you have to do
I-
is download it, take the picture, save the picture, and then delete it.
Okay, I didn't get her message till like after 6. Okay,
Oh,
that's when I got your
excuses.
message. I was out all day with my nephew, my goddaughter. We were
You're
playing
out
at the
with your-
park.
I thought you were
That's
saying, oh
not
my
true.
God.
That's not true because I asked
Huh?
everybody for their White Walker pictures, and you sent me a fucking Batman picture
at
of
6
yourself.
o'clock. I sent you that
No,
when I got the
it was at like
messages.
1:30
No, it
in
was
the afternoon
Bullshit,
Eastern time.
First of all,
I have the
1:30,
Batman
I
picture.
was on a train at 1:30 at that time. Okay, so I was on the train underground at 1:30. Do not tell me that was at 6 p.m. Okay, I didn't even call my freaking best friend who was with me when I sent him the picture. Okay, when I was having dinner with him and his family. So don't even talk to me about this stuff. Okay, so
Very defensive.
Okay,
quiet.
well, actually, I said
I was out all day.
6 hours
okay?
earlier, so about 1:00 in the afternoon your time was when I started requesting these pictures from everyone so I could make the montage. And you know what? I'll make a new one with your Batman picture.
No, do the one I
We can
posted with
just use
him,
the
with him and
earthworm because
Jamie.
he looked adorable.
I have that one.
And
The
if
moment
you
to-
guys
Here, let me
want to
get
see
that
it,
one.
if you want to see it, guys, all you have to do is go on Twitter because
Just, like,
we put this on Twitter and it was beautiful. So go and check him out. He's on our page, Behind the Iron.
Oh, when he was in
Johnson
that little
Earthworm.
cute outfit.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it was
God,
adorable.
You people are just.
And then I did
He's
one
a-
where
Jonathan of House Reed.
I had.
Well, I got a picture of Chris's house.
Yay,
okay?
you got one picture of
Then
me.
I'm
I
gonna
got one of
upload-
you getting
I'm gonna
slammed from
upload
the
that.
back door from Jamie.
You're
Oh,
evil,
you didn't see that
Chris.
one yet?
You are evil son of a bitch, Chris.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. No,
The
you're
devil-
not sorry.
The devil makes me do
You
it.
are not sorry. You are
Good
a
night,
Lannister,
Sam.
man.
Is it too late to say sorry now?
Who's Sam? Is that our Sam? or
Everyone,
is that...
yeah, everyone say goodnight to Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam. Wow, she's back.
Good night, Sam.
All right.
Wow, she's back.
See, export cycle, export.
I thought Sam didn't want to watch Game of Thrones anymore.
You should definitely
I thought she was got depressed or something.
put Skype back up right now.
Oh, yes. I'll put Skype back up. We're still live, John. So, oh, there we
Chris.
go.
Did you see the comment from Pamela Rhodes?
Oh, I didn't see it.
She says, "My cat, Butters, and I are watching this excellence together. So technically, there are 2 viewers watching on this device. Haha. Psst. Hey, Chris, I'm still looking for the keyboard and the mouse for the old school iMac for you. I have not forgotten."
Oh, nice. Thanks, Pam. Yeah, Pam is a friend of mine here in Bucks County. She's awesome.
I love that.
She's going to hook me up with an old iMac because I collect
Oh my
them.
God.
Isn't that
That's
came
like
out
the most perfect thing I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that you have the mirror image in the background too. Like I was just like, this is perfect. I just like,
Just
Oh my
taking
God.
John right from behind.
Can you put that on the page? We should make
I
that
can't
the
see
header.
this, so I'm glad I'm not being able to see this right now.
Yardley, can you see this?
What the? You said what is? All I heard was taking John from the back. What was that? That's all I heard.
That's the left of the picture, and then the right of the picture is the
Chris,
snuggle
Chris is
time with
evil.
Jamie.
This is payback. This is payback from last year. Okay, this is payback that Chris is giving me from last year when I told him that he was wrong. Okay. I
This
hate you,
season
Chris.
is
That's
going to be
good
so
stuff.
fucking epic.
Yeah, it is. Let me see what else I can find.
I just,
Oh, thank you, Pam. All right. So I actually deleted. I basically this is my iMac has 4.5 years of like podcasting and TNT studio stuff on it. So I wiped everything. I backed everything up, wiped it, fresh install of Sierra, new software, everything new and clean. I've been testing stuff all weekend, and as I was editing, when you guys were talking, it sounds really nice. So fingers crossed.
has there been another update for the Mac? Weren't they coming with another OS?
Yeah, High Sierra, which will be in the fall. It's actually really nice. I'm testing it on my MacBook Pro, but it's in beta. I wouldn't put it on your iMac yet. Oh, that was quick.
Did anybody see the previews for next week? And are we talking about those?
Yes, I saw the preview.
Yeah.
Imeria is back.
Wait, John. Wait, are we talking about those or not?
I don't even.
I mean,
I can't remember much of it though.
we're not really spoiling anything, are we? I mean, everybody's. Are we?
I
Should we
saw
give a
it.
spoiler alert? Should we give
I'm
a
just.
spoiler
I'm
alert?
saving all of my shit for Wednesday.
For Wednesday, yeah.
I mean, I just, right now I'm kind of jealous. I'm about to have a drink, watch the episode, and go to bed, y'all. So when you get that page up, I mean, you said you're gonna have the doc
Yeah, I'll
up
get the
for
show
us
notes
to.
working tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna go
All
back
right.
and watch. So I'll get the doc working tonight, and then yeah, for sure,
All
it'll be
right,
ready.
Well, outstanding. Well, y'all have a good night, and I'll start dropping some stuff up in there.
Awesome.
All right, you have
All
a
right,
good
Okay,
y'all.
see ya, buddy.
Have a good one.
Yes, John Surbeck. Wednesdays when we're gonna do everything.
Nymeria. I swear that's Nymeria.
What in the picture?
In the
Yeah.
preview.
Oh my god, the preview was so epic though. I mean, like, I just can't wait. Like, okay, so now we know we're getting Nymeria back, which is exciting, but I don't know what that means for Nymeria, which
Wait
is
a
sad.
minute. What are you talking about?
That was Nymeria. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
where she
that was
fits into the
Nymeria.
rest of the season. Why are we not getting freaking Ghost? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
do they have a budget for the wolves right now? I mean, I
And-
hope
Wait.
that I definitely hope they play a part coming, but I don't know if that means that we're going to continue to see Nymeria throughout the season or not. And I don't
Fans-
know if that means.
By the way, we
Fans-
see the trailer.
Sorry.
Looks like John isn't going to Dragonstone until episode 3.
Fans are asking what time on Wednesday.
8:00.
8:00. So same time as our Sunday show.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Everybody just spread the word.
Can't do it earlier, can we?
Mm,
Well, it's pretty tricky to do that.
8:00.
Well, not this Wednesday, but like next Wednesday, I gotta work.
Okay.
It's okay. Your shit probably won't work anyway.
Well, I was gonna tell you to call me tomorrow or Tuesday so we can figure out what's going on here.
Are you actually going to answer when I call?
I always answer. I always answer when you call, Chris. Come on.
Yes, Lord Bags.
I always answer. How dare you?
How dare you?
I'm on vacation, so I got one more week left.
Oh, you are always.
All
on
I'm gonna be
vacation,
doing is
my friend.
rewatching Game of Thrones all the time.
Tits.
Exactly. That's what I'm about to start doing right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go back
So,
and rewatch everything.
I'm actually going to let you guys go too, because I need to go get in there so that I can start doing show notes. And
Okay.
I have to write an article for our BehindTheIronThrone.com, the website. So if you guys are interested in hearing an in-depth analysis from me before Wednesday, I will be putting that up for our team. Hopefully tonight, by tomorrow morning maybe, but don't hold me to it. I will be on the page if you guys want to talk anything, okay?
Awesome. So we'll see everybody on Wednesday. We're going to break down this episode even further.
Yes.
Peace out. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us live. We love you guys. Be tit forever.
Good night,
Good night,
You
everybody.
guys.
Bye.
Later.